One day in Bikini Bottom, Spongebob was working at the Krusty Krab and, as usual, was full of enthusiasm and energy. He did his job so well that Mr. Krabs was very pleased with his efforts. However, one evening, when Spongebob was finishing his shift, he heard a strange sound from outside. He looked out the window and saw that Bikini Bottom was covered in a giant cloud of smoke. Everything around was covered in fog and not a single sound could be heard. Spongebob was scared, but his curiosity got the better of him. Spongebob decided to investigate what was happening and went in search of the source of the fog. He walked through the empty streets of Bikini Bottom, stopping at every step to understand what was happening. However, he did not meet a single resident on his way. As Spongebob moved deeper and deeper into the fog, he was completely enveloped in its dense veil, and he could not see a single stone under his feet. He felt some strange energy filling the air and realized that this was not just ordinary fog. Suddenly, Spongebob heard a distant whisper. He turned and his gaze fell on an unusual creature floating in the air. It was a magical beetle with a glowing blue color. Spongebob stood in amazement, unable to believe his eyes. A magical beetle of shining blue color led Spongebob deep into the fog, and they found themselves in a secret cave. Inside, Spongebob discovered that it was a magical world where amazing creatures lived. It seemed like it was a dream, but Spongebob was so surprised and captivated by the magic of this place that he knew that everything that was happening was reality. There were many interesting creatures with bright, cheerful colors and wings flying around. They sang and danced, welcoming Spongebob to their lands. Spongebob felt great and experienced great happiness from this meeting. Suddenly, the magic beetle uttered magic words and the fog began to disappear. When Spongebob came out of the fog, he found himself next to the Krusty Krab. It turns out that everything happened in just a few minutes, but Spongebob felt as if he had spent his whole life in this magical world.